So many papers were presented in this group. In the evening, Professor M. Shah Memorial Session was empirical research in the field of the conference on December 23rd, 2022. Besides M. Shah Gold Medal Session, Professor Samuddin Kumar Samanta, NICMR University. There were many papers presented during the session. Technical session first was the theme of the employment generation and retrospect and prospect. Professor K. Someshwar Rao, Hyderabad, the chairperson, and Dr. Indrakanti Shekhar, Usmani University, Hyderabad, was the co-chairperson. Many papers were presented. Presented in this session. Technical session second was on the theme of the Digital India Challenges and Opportunities. Professor J.K. Jain, H.S. Gaur, Central University, Sagar, Madhya Pradesh, and Dr. Ashish Parikh, MDS University, Ajmer, Rajasthan, was the chairperson and co-chairperson respectively. In large number of papers were received in this session, and in this highest number of papers were presented. Technical session third was on the theme of HR strategies in the context of millennial and alpha generation, which was chaired by Professor Ramchandra Parida, RG University, Itanagar, and co-chaired by Professor Sangeeta Pawar, University of Mumbai. There were many papers also presented during this session. Technical session fourth was on the theme of the inclusive development, new horizon, which was chaired by Professor T.P. Madhu Nair, University of Mumbai, and co-chaired by Dr. V.K. Kannan, M.H. Sharoop College of Commerce, Mumbai. There were many papers presented during this session also. In the evening of the second day of the Indian Commerce Association organized 73rd General Body meeting, followed by the election of various EC members of the ICA. The result will be declared by the returning officer after a few minutes. Elections of various EC members of the ICA. The host organized a beautiful culture evening for the delegates on the night of the second day of the conference, which was not only enjoyed by one and all, but also was a big relaxer for the delegates. The third day of the conference started with the presentation before the jury, comprising the 5 eminent persons of the Best Business Academic of the Year BBAY Award, in which 2 best papers of 4 technical sessions and of the seminar session were presented before the jury. The jury selected one of the best papers from each of the 5 sessions, out of which the best paper would get 1 gold medal, and remaining eligible paper would be awarded silver medal. The rapporteurs of various sessions would be presenting brief report of each session after I complete my report. The 73rd All India Commerce Conference is coming to its grand finale with this valedictory function organized today on December 24th. I, on behalf of the Indian Commerce Association, would like to place on record my sincere thanks to the chief guest and guest of honor for sparing some of their valuable time to grace this occasion. Indian Commerce Association places on record its sincere thanks to the management and Vice Chancellor of the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar University and MGM University for hosting the 73rd Annual Conference of the Indian Commerce Association successfully. Our sincere thanks are also due to Professor W.K. Sarvate, who has very courageously hosted and organized this mega conference in this city. I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our deep sense of gratitude towards the faculty members, non-teaching staff, and the dedicated team of students, delegates of the 73rd All India Commerce Conference who have traveled from different corners of the country to attend this conference. My thanks are also due to the sectional chairperson, co-chairperson, members of the jury, rapporteurs of various sessions for their excellent academic inputs. Once again, I thank one and all. Jai Indian Commerce Association, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you. Now I request Professor Naval Kishorji to declare the name of the awardee, BBAV Award, Shah Award, and Professor Samuddin Memorial Research Scholar Award. Professor Naval.
A very good morning to all of you. It's a matter of great glory for the All India Commerce Association, which focuses about inculcation of the research cultures among the youngsters, among the researchers, among the teachers, and for that purpose, ICA is known for that purpose. Therefore, in order to provide the award, first we will start from the BBAY award, which is the Best Business Year award. And in this award, we provide the gold medal and the silver medal as well. So we'll start with the silver medal, and the silver medal goes to Dr. M. Ramchandran. Dr. M. Ramchandran, Technical Session 3. Dr. M. Ramchandran.
R. Ramachandran.
Dr. M. Ramchandran. And I also request Dr.
I would like to request Professor N.K. Sharma ji, please come on the dais.
Come on. Yeah. R. Ramchandran, yes. Next silver medal goes to Ramakrishna Bandaru. Dr. Ramakrishna Bandaru. Next is Dr. Bandaru. Yes. The next medal goes to Professor Devbrat Mitra and Narayan Prasad. Professor Devbrat Mitra and Narayan Prasad. Now the gold medal goes to Dr. S. Surya Pratap Singh and Professor S. C. Purohit. Professor S. C. Purohit and Dr. S. Surya Pratap Singh. BBAY gold medal goes to Professor S. C. Purohit and Dr. S. Surya Pratap Singh.
Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Government of India, Shri Bhagwat Karadji is on the stage. Please give him a big hand. Shri Bhagwat Karadji, Dr. Bhagwat Karad, son of the soil and Minister of State for Finance, Government of India. I request Professor W.K. Sarvade sir to welcome first. We will finish with the awards.
Now MM Shah. Okay, now the MM Shah gold medal, Memorial Research Gold Medal. That medal goes to Professor S.K. Sinha, Dr. Krishan Kumar and Dr. Rachna Srivastava. Professor S.K. Sinha, Dr. Krishan Kumar and Dr. Rachna Srivastava.
I request the Honorable Minister to give away the awards.
The second gold medal goes to Dr. Dipandi Mishra, Josna Dwivedi and Amrendra Pratap Singh. Dr. Dipandi Mishra, Josna Dwivedi and Amrendra Pratap Singh.
Please come on the stage. And I request the accompanying person to take the photograph. In
Professor Samuddin Memorial Research Scholar Award. The awardees are Jyotsna Sharma, Jigyasa Sharma, Hari Prasad and Rimisha Verma. There are 3 winners here. First is Jigyasa Sharma, next is Hari Prasad and Rimisha Verma. Jigyasa, Rimisha, Jigyasa and Hari Prasad.
हाँ मैं बोलता हूँ होने का तेरे को फोन करता हूँ हाँ 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 चलेगा ओके ओके
Thank you very much. I now request the Conference Secretary, Professor W.K. Sarvade sir. W.K. Sarvade sir to welcome Honorable Minister of State. I request Professor Satyaprem Gumre sir to welcome Shri Gajanan Sanab ji. Please come on the stage. Shri Gajanan Sanab ji. Yes. And yes. Since the minister is here, I request Secretary ICA Pushpendra Mishra ji to give the fellow certificates also.
Now I request Professor R.N. Singh Raju Nayan Singh, R.N. Singh, Executive Committee Member, Fellow Member of the ICA. Professor Nagendra Kumar Jha, Professor Nagendra Kumar Jha, Professor Arun Hari Gaikwad, Professor R.K. Taylor, Professor R.K. Taylor, Professor Ranjan Kumar Bal, Professor Ranjan Kumar Bal, Professor Hari Kant, Professor Hari Kant, Professor Lakshman Singh, Professor Lakshman Singh, Professor Gautam Prasad. Professor Gautam Prasad. क्यों नहीं जाते? ऑलरेडी जा चुका है। अरे जाओ तो पहले प्रिपेयर हो चुका है। And the fellow members of the technical session chairman, Professor Someshwar Rao. Professor Someshwar Rao. Professor S.C. Purohit. Professor H.C. Purohit. Professor Prabodh Kumar Hota. Professor Prabodh Kumar Hota. Professor J.K. Jain. Professor J.K. Jain. Professor M. Jayappa. Professor M. Jayappa. Professor T.P. Madhunai. Professor Ramchandra Parida. Professor Ramchandra Parida. Professor Ramchandra Parida. And the last one is Professor A.M. Guru. Professor A.M. Guru.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Shri Rishi Bagla ji, CMD Bagla Group of Industries. Before I invite him, I request Dr. Laksh Kaushik Puri to welcome, to introduce our chief guest, Shri Rishi Bagla ji.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I am here to share with you the brief introduction of Mr. Rishi Kumar Bagla, sir. Mr. Rishi Kumar Bagla is the chairman and managing director of Bagla Group of Companies, which consists of OMR Bagla Automotive System India Limited, a joint venture company between Bagla Group of India and OMR Holding Italy. The company has its state of the art aluminium high pressure die casting plant in Aurangabad, Maharashtra, serving for automotive industry. The second company is BGLIIN Electricals Limited, having its plant in MIDC areas of Waluj and Shendra in Aurangabad for manufacture of electronic components for automotive appliances, railways and others. It has their own government recognized and approved in-house research and development center. Third company is BG Fastening and Engineering Industries Private Limited, a joint venture with Fontana Group of Italy, manufacture of all kinds of fasteners required for automobiles and other related industries. Fourth company is BMR HVAC Limited and Chengzhen BMR Refrigeration Technology Private Limited, having its plants in Faridabad, Pune and Supa industrial area for manufacture of components suitable for refrigeration industry. Apart from these investments in the above group of companies, Mr. Bagla has now started investments in new startups in different fields like education, information technology, wealth management, electrical vehicles, etc. He is the past chairman of CII Maharashtra State and Ease of Doing Business Committee of CII Western Region. Presently, he is heading CII Western Region Subcommittee on Skilling. He is one of the past chairman of Marathwada Environmental Care Cluster, Aurangabad First. Bagla sir has been conferred with the Corporate Excellence Award by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad. Now I request Shri Rishi Baglaji sir to address the gathering.
Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Government of India, Dr. Babasaheb, dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries of the dais, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great honor to speak in presence of the great audience during this 73rd All India Commerce Conference of ICA 2022. 73 years in continuity is no joke. It's a very, very serious thing. A big round of applause for ICA for continuing for 73 years. I think very few people in this room are present who would have seen the first ICA conference happening in 1949. And indeed, since then, ICA has been recommending to the Government of India various things that is required to make the change in the government. Interestingly, various topics and papers were presented regarding job creation, digital branding, HR development, self-development, strategy, marketing, international trade, and many others. The referred topic for this conference, India, a $5 trillion economy by 2024, is an important subject and needs deep deliberation. The point of debate is not whether we'll be a $5 trillion economy. But the point of debate is why USA, with a population close to 400 million, is a $22 trillion economy, and China, with a population of 1.5 billion, is a $17 trillion economy, and why India, with a population of 1.37 billion people, is still a $3.5 trillion economy. My friends, we are still struggling to talk about a $5 trillion economy, whereas we should be talking about a $20 trillion economy. Undoubtedly, we have come a huge way, but is it enough? Even if we become a $5 trillion economy, will we be able to really meet the aspirations of modern India and the youth? I have my sincere doubt. I think we have no choice but to be at least a $20 trillion economy to meet the aspirations. Therefore, India in 2024, a $5 trillion economy, and India at 100 in 2047, we should be a $20 trillion economy. And that is what we should be debating today. If we want to see India at the top of the world, we should be talking of India at 100, $20 trillion economy. And I suggest to ICA that the future deliberations, 2024 is only 2 years away, less than 2 years away. The future deliberation should be about a $20 trillion economy, India at 100. That is what ICA should give to its future generations. Let me give an example. During World War II, both Japan and Germany were completely destroyed. Both these countries today are at par or ahead of our country, despite of low population than even a state of India. What was the miracle they did? How did they reach where they did in such a short time? I think the first and most important thing that happened was they considered country first. National pride was taught to them as DNA. India first should be the first topic in our education system. If we do not have India first as the main topic in our DNA, how are we ever going to be a 5 trillion or a 20 trillion? And even if we become a 5 trillion and a 20 trillion, will we really be successful country? So my friends, I suggest that national pride, India first, country before self, is the motto which will make India a great country, and nothing can stop us from being number one. Regaining our glorious past, India was at one point of time in the history, 25% of the global trade was done by India. Today, where are we? We need to go back to where we were, and we need to get back our national pride and achieve what we were earlier. Generations need to dedicate themselves to the growth of the country, and we need to fill ourselves with enthusiasm and passion. And if that be so, the commitment to cause is huge, then achievements go beyond imagination. It is the most important thing to have the passion and the will to make India the country that all over the world people will aspire to be in. Today, most of the companies in the globe, which are top companies, are headed by Indians who have gone out. Why we are not able to create multinational global companies from India which will lead the world, and why do we need our people to go abroad and make those companies great and those countries great, is a point of debate and consideration as to why we are going out and we think the future is there and not here. We need to address these points internally to make India great. Today, if we look at the example that the commitment of India first is only in the Indian Army. And no doubt, we have been classified as one of the top armies of the world. All we need, my friends, is to have the national pride and not self-pride. Country first, and that will change our country and make our country great. Let us now all take a vow. India first. Let us have a target. India at 2024, a $5 trillion economy, but India at 2047, a $20 trillion economy, the biggest and the largest economy in the world. And every citizen of the world should aspire to be placed in India like we do today. We want to be in USA. Why? People in USA should be aspiring to be in India. That will be the day when the dream of our national father Mahatma Gandhi will be complete for giving us the independence. Independence from self, independence from service to the nation. Some of the things which are very important to bring about this change. I will talk about education. Let us talk not about education in the cities. Let us talk about education in the villages. Let us talk about the development of the villages. Let us talk of the infrastructure in the villages and why the best of best teachers do not want to go to the village to teach the students. Is that a topic of deliberation in our discussion? Why we can't take our colleges, universities, etc. to the villages? Only because adequate infrastructure is not there. We need to provide good infrastructure where our main population is. Our main population is in the villages. We need to provide good infrastructure of education in villages. Let's talk about modern education. I do not know how many people have heard about topics like QCDDM, PQCDSM, BFMEA, PFMEA, APQP. These are generally used in engineering subjects, but these are as much applicable in all phases of life. See, ultimately at the end of the day, we need to understand what the globe wants. See, the entire development in the world happens only due to 2C and 2S. We need to understand what is this 2C and 2S. Entire development happens because of either cost, comfort, speed, and security. These are the four reasons why if any country can address these four issues, they will be the leaders in the world. Everything being done faster. I want to reach the moon in 2 hours. I want to achieve something faster than what I'm doing today. Infrastructure needs to be created, products need to be manufactured. We need to do things faster so that we have more time to achieve more things. Speed, safety, cost, minimum input, maximum output. If a job is to be done by 100 people and the same job can be done by 10, obviously we have 90 people to do other jobs. Minimum input, maximum output. Are we teaching these subjects? Are we teaching Pokayoki, that is foolproofing? Are we teaching Kaizen? Whether it is commerce subject, whether it is technology, we need to talk about foolproofing, zero fault, zero rejection, zero mistakes to make India great. And that is what USA, China, Japan, Germany have done over the years. And that is not what we are doing today. We have a tendency of chalta hai, chalta nahi hai. The day we understand chalta nahi hai, us din Bharat mahan ho jayega. My friends, I will talk about the link of learnings from sports. A friend of mine sent this and I found this very relevant. Sports have always taught business many things, but this Football World Cup have taught them a few more teachings to ponder. Let us try and understand what this World Cup has taught us. The recent Football World Cup at Qatar was perhaps the greatest show on earth. The city spent $200 billion, that is 16 times more than the previous host Russia. Revenue generated was 7.5 billion, surpassing previous 2018 edition by 1 billion. Now I'll talk about stop silo syndrome. Business very often sees silos where groups of experts work in different roles, pursue individual goals instead of company objectives. Let me give you an example. Why Sachin Tendulkar was a great batsman but did not succeed so much as a captain, and why Dhoni succeeded as a captain? Only because of one thing, that Dhoni brought the team together. And that was the reason why it was successful. The success of business is teamwork and not individual player. One good player cannot win a match of game of cricket or football, but one good team can do wonders. We have seen that example in our movie called Chak De. Football is about placing the ball into the opponent's net. The objective can't be clearer than this. Goal orientation needs to be given to the top organizational billing. The business objective should be clear to all. Most of the time, team members are not clear when they are trying to achieve. Running helter-skelter, but without a sense of common purpose. This is utter waste of resource. Let me try and explain this point very clearly, that we always say that the players should be motivated. We hardly understand the meaning of the word motivated. The word motivated comes from the English word motive. If a person knows the motive for his job, he is motivated. No amount of money, no amount of anything can motivate a person like knowing exactly what he has to do, how he has to do, where he has to do, when he has to do. If he knows these topics well, he will be the motivated person. I personally feel that we need to motivate our people of the country, our youth, the future of our country, as to what is the motive of achieve and how we are going to achieve this $20 trillion economy. Friends, we have a lot to learn. We have a long way to go. We have come a long way. We have a long way to go. Like woods are lovely, dark and deep. I have promises to keep. Miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. We have a lot to achieve. We should be happy in what we have achieved, but that is past. We need to have the challenges of the future. We need to understand and accept that tomorrow we are going to be riddled with more challenges and more situations which will be beyond our control. Situations like COVID are going to be standard operating procedures. We are going to have more such situations. We will have to be agile. We will have to be dynamic. We will have to become a society which will not going to be what you say is we'll have to be progressive. We will have to be predictive. We will have to be preemptive. We cannot be just replying to existing situations. That is not going to take us to a $20 trillion economy. Today you start discussing 2047 India at $20 trillion, 2047. We will be 20 trillion by 2047. Believe me you, if all the Indians put their mind together, no country, nobody in the world can put us into the second spot. We will always be the leaders. We will always be the people showing the path to the world. We will be the gurus of the world, and we will not be a learning lot, but we will be the teaching lot. That is what India needs to be, and that is when the dream of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, will be complete. And my friends, let me lastly tell you that unless we have the will to do the impossible, we will never do the impossible. Thank you very much for your time, patience, and I look forward to your topic 2047, $20 trillion economy, India.
Thank you very much, sir, for the intellectual simulation. And I would like to put on record what Honorable Rishi Baglaji has aspired for us, especially the academia. Believe in yourself and the world will come to you. Sir, we will take this word of inspiration from this stage and we will move forward in future. I now request Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Government of India, Dr. Bhagwat Kararji, to give his address. Dr. Bhagwat Kararji, Honorable Ministry of Finance, Government of India.
On occasion of 73rd All India Commerce Conference. And the theme of the conference, India March towards $5 trillion economy by 2024. Now it is a valedictory function. On this occasion, the president of this function and conference, Professor Manas Pandeyji, who is from Banaras University, chief guest, Mr. Rishi Baglaji, Sri Sitaram Agrawalji, Sri Purushottam Mishraji, Manas Pandeyji, Naval Kishorji, Baban Taideji, Ashish Gadekarji, Professor Purushottam Rao, Arvind Kumar, Ramesh Mangal, Professor B.B. Ramesh, Professor T. Shivare, who are vice presidents. These are the vice presidents. And the man who is working day and night to make this conference successful, Mr. Professor Dr. Valmik Sarode and Professor Syed Azruddin. And I'm just reading the names, but I have not seen the dais. Sri Pro Vice Chancellor, Mr. Sirsatji, Gajanan Sanabji, and all the professors who have come from 29 states and 295 universities, students and friends. It is my privilege to attend the concluding function which is occurring in my city. Actually, I was supposed to come for inauguration 2 days back, but the parliament was going on and I had an important question and answer hour, so I could not attend the function. But I was always in touch with Professor Valmik Sarode. We were discussing, and it was a very nice gathering. All the delegates who have come from all over the country, they have discussed and very much have a very good get together also. Friends, as you know, I am also working under Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji in Finance Department. And as per his guidance and as per his successful past 8.5 years, we are approaching to become a world leader in all sectors of the country. I want to mention here, our country is the 5th largest economy having in the world. Recently, the UK, which was 5th, but we have crossed United Kingdom, and now our economy has become 5th. I want to tell you that after becoming a minister, when I met Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, he has told me to work on 3 factors. One is a financial inclusion, second, financial literacy, and third, digital transactions. These 3 factors are very important to include common man of this country in finances. As you are aware that, you must be knowing that even the simple thing in our country, the bank accounts were not there of the poor people. So the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, which started in 2014, and I am proud to say that today there are 47.40 lakhs, 47 crore 40 lakhs accounts are opened at the zero balance of the common people or the poor people, which was not earlier. Banks, suppose a common man goes to the bank and he wants to open an account, naturally he has to pay around 5,000 rupees, he has to form different forms. But as per the guidance of the Honorable PM, the banks, bank managers, bank staffs went to the different colonies, different villages, and they have opened the account. Similarly, the government of India is trying to improve or to teach regarding the financial literacy and digital transactions. I am very happy to say that the aim of the government is to have banking for unbankers, securing for unsecured, and funding for the unfunded. So this is all possible with joint efforts of all the citizens in the country only. I am told that in this conference, the aim was 5 trillion economy. Commerce and trade is a very important. Due to commerce and trade, only the business can move, improvement of the business can be done, and as it was discussed here, our dream to become a $5 trillion economy, it will become success with the efforts of everybody. I know you are professors, teachers, and students of the commerce. So naturally, you are a guiding force for the society. And you are an academician. You are an innovator. So your ideas are very important, and I am sure that the different papers, different discussions, and different scientific research papers which was discussed here will become a guideline in future to become a $5 trillion economy. 2019 and the last 2 years, I want to say, because of the COVID, there was a problem in the economy, but Government of India declared different packages to improve the economy. Around 21 lakh crore was declared to make our India Atmanirbhar Bharat. Example I want to give you regarding MSME. MSME sector is very important in our country, not only for giving jobs, but the 30% of the GDP of our country is through MSME. And to help to the MSME, under the guidance of Honorable Prime Minister, around 4.5 lakh crore was given to the MSME as a help, as a package. Similarly, to improve our export, government has given PLS scheme, product linked incentives, and that is very important. In different sectors, government has identified which products are imported, and to reduce the import, to increase the export, product linked incentive schemes are given. And as you know, few months back, which was the target given for the export of the country, the target was achieved. It was more than $400 billion. So Government of India is coming with different schemes to improve export, reduce import. Example I want to give, even the small things, umbrella. The umbrella were exported from China. So we have increased import duty on umbrella, and now the umbrellas are, the manufacturers are increased, and the import of the umbrella is less. Similarly, even mobile phones. Mobile phones, now the India is the second largest country in the world to produce mobile phones in the country. But earlier it were imported. Mobiles were imported. So in all sectors, the innovations are going on, and the government of India is giving very good response, not response, but you can say promotions for the innovations. Recently, there was a very good discussion before last budget on the cryptocurrency, blockchain technology. I remember Honorable PM sir has taken a meeting. I was there. I attended the meeting. Cryptocurrency is not good for the country. It was discussed by different technologists, by different head of the nations, of the different departments. But as a technology is important, so we are not allowed cryptocurrency, but some people have invested in that. So naturally, the government has come with some taxes, 30% taxes on the cryptocurrency, and even 1% TDS on the cryptocurrency also. But the blockchain technology is important, and we are trying to come out to utilize this blockchain technology, not in similar to cryptocurrency, but by some other way. We have also started digital bank units. We have celebrated Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. 75 years have completed. So the 75 bank units are started in 75 cities in the country, and these digital bank units are also important. I am very much happy to share with you that our rupees value is going down as compared to dollars. But if we compare with the rupee with other currency, we are definitely doing well. Not only that, if you see the inflation, if we see the CPI, WPI, we are much better than the other countries, even China and America. In short, I want to tell you, our economy is doing well. We are on the good path, and I'm sure that your aim, your theme of this conference to become a $5 trillion economy, and our efforts will work together and will achieve our game. That's what I want to say. Being a citizen of this city, although at the end, because I have come in the last function of the conference, so I welcome all the delegates who have come from all over the country, and I hope your stay was comfortable. You have enjoyed your stay in our city, and this is one of the tourist destination. World famous Ellora and Ajanta caves are here. Not only that, other some things like Daulatabad Fort, Jaikwadi Dam are also here. I hope you must have seen or you will enjoy this tourist destination also. I congratulate Mr. Valmik Sarode, Mr. Azruddin and his team who are trying since last I will say more than 6 months to organize this conference. So I congratulate them, and I also congratulate all the president and the past presidents and their team for organizing successful conference. At the end, I will say our government, under the Pradhan Mantri's guidance, they are taking very good decisions. Yesterday only the decision is taken to supply free food for the needy persons. 1 year free food for the around 83 crore people. So these are the different decisions. But we have also come with the digital rupee. It will come soon under the regulator of RBI. So these are different decisions are taken with the new technology, and I am sure that we will work together and you will see that the 5 trillion economy is our goal will be achieved. I know that I have come as a last minute guest because I was with the function, Mr. Gajanan Saram called me, then he said you have to come, so I have come here. Anyway, I am the last guest, I will say, and with this I wish everybody New Year, that is the 2023, best wishes for the New Year. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for being with us and also giving a lot of information which can be useful to the researchers and the teachers when they interact with their students in different capacities. Ladies and gentlemen, we move forward to the last stage of our program. We have on stage Shri Sitaramji Agarwal, Trustee, Vice President and Treasurer of ICL Education Society, Motilal Jhunjhunwala College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Navi Mumbai. Shri Sitaramji Agarwal is a gold medalist from the University of Pune in electrical engineering and computing electronics. However, he found his calling in the business of textiles as an established, renowned for its moral code and unparalleled business ethics. Possessing an astute business acumen and blessed with a charming persona, he forged many collaborations and dabbled widely in all kinds of textile fabrics, establishing oneself as a major supplier to government and non-government institutions. Broad-basing his business, he ventured into manufacturing LDPE polyfilms and HDPE woven fabrics, and within a short span of just 2 years, came to be reckoned among the biggest suppliers for relief aid materials. Adding another facet to his business, he forayed into manufacturing of high-quality diamond-studded jewelry for selected connoisseurs of adroit craftsmanship. Acknowledging his social responsibilities inherited by his father and indulging his belief that knowledge is the biggest wealth we can gift a child, he is instrumental in building and running several educational institutions of repute in Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, Udaipur, and has been instrumental in acquiring an expanse of 120 acres in acquiring all approvals from the government of Rajasthan for establishing a self-financed private university named JGTU at district Jhunjhuna in Rajasthan. A deeply religious, God-fearing and patient man, he maintains his humble demeanor and modesty, virtues much sought after but hardly practiced in the modern world. He is a delight to know and an asset to be known with. We are indeed fortunate to have such an associate with us. I request Sitaramji Agarwal to say a few words on this occasion, who has come all the way from Mumbai to attend the valedictory function. Sitaramji Agarwal. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big hand.
Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Shri Bhagwat Karadji, the chief guest today, Shri Rishi Baglaji, Professor Dr. Shyam Shirsat, Vice Chancellor of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, and the dignitaries on the dais, the members of the Indian Commerce Association, the organizers and the delegates present here from all over the country, I would like to express my gratitude for making this event a great success. My special thanks to Principal Professor Dr. T.A. Shivari, who inspired us to be a part of this, along with Dr. Sanjay Jagtap, Joint Director Higher Education, who was also instrumental in inspiring us to be a part of this. We are here on a clarion call of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Ji Modi, that the goal of his government is to make India a $5 trillion economy by 2024. He has himself stated that while this may be a challenging task, it is certainly achievable with the concerted efforts of the center and states. This announcement kicked off a cacophony of voices. Most were in the form of debates on the feasibility of such an attempt. The issue is not whether it is achievable or otherwise. The reality is that the economy is slowing down, unemployment is rising, demand is getting sluggish, and both manufacturing and services sectors are showing signs of slowdown. Hence, setting out and achieving inspirational and ambitious goals are needed now more than ever. The need of the hour is to lay down a roadmap, fix measurable milestones, and while monitoring with a hawk's eye, slow alacrity in taking corrective measures where the milestones show overruns. The roadmap will have to target a 12% nominal growth in gross domestic product, which is 8% real GDP and 4% inflation, to ensure that from a level of $2.7 trillion, India will reach a level of about $5 trillion in 2024. The Central Statistical Office's GDP data shows that the economic expansion that began in 2014-15 peaked in 2016-17 at 8.2%. Growth declined to 7.2% in 17-18, 6.8% in 18-19, and further to a 4.8% in the first half of 19-20. The Economic Survey has highlighted an economic model wherein savings, investment, and exports operate in a virtuous cycle. To enhance savings and investment, at least 3 economic parameters need to be addressed. The first is increased domestic consumption, which will generate manufacturing, which will increase productivity of industries and hence encourage investment. It will also attract foreign investment and generate employment. The next is to draw employable age people to areas of gainful employment to bring about a favorable demographic dividend and thereby sorry for the interruption, demographic dividend, and thereby reduce disguised unemployment on farms and rural areas. Thirdly, the government will have to strengthen fiscal consolidation as it is committed to a glide path of reduction in the fiscal deficit. Besides these targets, certain big bang reforms which have long been discussed but not implemented have to be immediately operationalized. These have to be in sectors such as modernizing agriculture and increasing productivity, picking up the pace of infrastructure development, implementing much awaited banking, land and labor reforms, among other major issues. This reform package will have to target certain structural issues and contend with the cyclical factors too. The vision to increase the size of Indian economy to $5 trillion economy was envisaged in a report by the group of the Commerce and Industry Ministry. The report suggested that by taking short and long-term measures like the development of infrastructure, providing ease of living, creating digital India, ease of doing business, and tackling the problem of pollution, etc., India's potential to become $5 trillion economy by 24-25 is within the realm of possibility. India is one of the fastest growing economies and is currently ranked as the world's 7th largest economy with GDP of $2.72 trillion and world's 3rd largest when the GDP is compared on the basis of purchasing power parity PPP at $10.51 trillion. Indian economy has been on a fast growth trajectory since 2014. India was $1.7 trillion economy in 2014, and over the 5 years in 19, India has become $2.7 trillion economy, having added $1 trillion in just 5 years, has inspired the country to become $5 trillion economy by 24-25. The International Monetary Fund recent projections suggest India's GDP will touch about $4.7 trillion in 2024. The pandemic delayed the timeline by about 3-4 years in an optimistic scenario. Estimates Ernst & Young chief economist D.K. Srivastava, and until 29-30 in the worst case outcome. Irrespective, India will become the world's 3rd largest economy by the end of the decade, according to the Center for Economics and Business Research, a UK-based economic think tank. Indeed, the latest government estimate is for a 9.2% expansion this fiscal year, recovering from a historic contraction last fiscal and setting India up to claim the mantle of the fastest growing economy in 2021. But the growth has to accelerate for the GDP to climb to 229 lakh crore in 22. Going forward, I would like to conclude with a conclusion that the path to recovery has been lengthier than we have expected at the start of the year. There are too many variables that blur the outlook, and we will likely have some clarity over the next few months as we assess the energy crisis in Europe, global slowdown, and the emergent BA.7 COVID variant situation in China. The strength of all economic drivers will be key for sustainable growth, and there are possibilities that not all may reach full steam. On a cautionary note, the agricultural sector should no longer be sacrificed at the altar of a service-driven economy. Among the most significant failures of India to realize its economic potential has been the abject neglect of this segment of the economy, which continues to support about 60% of the workforce. If the income levels of this workforce increase as it should, the target of making India into a $5 trillion economy may be realized before the end of the decade. India eventually will become a $5 trillion economy. The only question is if that will happen sooner rather than later, and we all have to together strive for it and make a motto to achieve the goal. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Honorable Registrar of the University is here. I request Conference Secretary W.K. Sarvade sir to welcome him. Dr. Bhagwan Sakhadeji, Registrar is there. I invite Pro Vice Chancellor of this university, Professor Shyam Sirsat, to speak few words on this occasion.
Special guest of this validatory section, Honorable Minister of State Finance, Bhagwatji Karad, our chief guest, Sri Rushiji Bagala, our guest of honor, Rajesh Jhunjhunwala, Manas Pandey, Dr. Jagtap, Sitaram Agarwal, Bhavan Taibade, ICA representative Dr. Pushpendra Mishra, Professor Manas Pandey, Professor Naval Kishore, Dr. Valmik Sarode, and Professor Syed Azharuddin. All my dear participants, delegates, distinguished guests, and my brother and sister. Actually, I am very pleased to give my remarks here in the concluding session of this conference. First of all, I congratulate all the Indian Commerce Association, that's ICA, all body members and their team for this grand successful annual conference and international seminar on India's march toward $5 trillion economy by 2024. On behalf of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University and MGM University Aurangabad, I really thank to ICA for giving us an opportunity for being a part of this academic gathering as an organizer. I would like to express my sincere appreciation and gratitude to all the delegates, presenters, discussants and participants for your very active and intellectual discussion, which I think have made this conference and international seminar very fruitful. In fact, our university has taken lots of efforts for organizing this conference successfully, especially our Dean Dr. Valmik Sarode, Dr. Azharuddin, Dr. Ashish Gadekar and our team have been working very hard from last 3 months. I also congratulate and thank to them for their valuable efforts. Over the past 2 days, you have heard many experts and distinguished practitioners putting in their valuable opinion on the determined progress India in making in various sectors through the session like empowerment, generation, digital India, human resource strategies in context of millennial and alpha generation, and inclusive development, new horizon. As an educational institute, we are also aware of our role. We have started implementing National Education Policy 2020. We are building our capacities through research and innovation ecosystem the rise and transformation of India's education landscape is further accelerating the creation of jobs, emergence of startups, and overall tidal waves of growth for the economy. At the most basic level, education is found an essential to help people function as a member of society, but beyond this, better educational outcomes can make the country better place for economic growth. Lastly, I compliment the organizing team, includes various ICA officials, especially Dr. Mishra, Dr. Pandey, Dr. Naval Kishore, and our part of organizer Professor Valmik Sarode, Professor Sayyid Azharuddin, and many behind the scene of this conference for the efforts that they have put into the make this conference a grand successful. Thanks to all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Professor Manas Pandeyji, Executive Vice President, ICA, to give the presidential address.
Thank you, Professor Azharuddin. All India Commerce Conference organized at BMU, Aurangabad. The chief guest of today's program, Honorable Minister of State, Mr. Bhagwat Karaj, Pro Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Shyam Shishta, and the chief guest of this, special guest of this program is Mr. Rishi Bhagle, Mr. Sitaram Agrawalji, the members, office bearer of the Commerce Association, Dr. Pushpen Mishra ji, Professor Naval Kishore ji, and Professor Baban Taiwade ji, and the returning officer, Professor Ashish Dave ji, and all the past presidents sitting over here, executive members of the Commerce Association, fellow delegates, research scholars, students, ladies and gentlemen. I am here to present the presidential address, but I think the presidential address has been given by the Honorable Minister. He is the true person for this Commerce Conference, who has given his views on the different aspects, including the economy, GDP, inflation, as well as the industrial development and rural development. So I am of the opinion that he has given a true guideline for how we can go towards the 5 trillion economy. But sir, the Commerce Education or Commerce Association is formed for the purpose of commerce education as well as contributing something to the development of the economy. So our request is, being a president of the Commerce Association, that the Commerce Association must be the part of the Ministry of Finance as well as the Ministry of Commerce and Industries for the policy making decisions, or you can say in other words, decision making bodies, so that we can contribute also in the associations, in the form of association to the country's development. And the second thing is that मैं सर तुलसीदास जी के एक दोहे से कहता हूँ कि मोरी सुधार ही सो सब भांति जासु कृपा नहीं कृपा भांति। प्रभु के लिए कहा गया कि आपको जैसी इच्छा हो आप मेरा सुधार करते रहो, लेकिन मैं मानता हूँ कि प्रेजेंट सिनेरियोज में our Prime Minister's vision and mission is looking towards our economy as a world, or you can say global economy, and we are not only the global economy in the sense that in the terms of the trillions, or we are also in the controlling economy. We are playing the role of controlling all the global economy, world economy as soon as possible. So for that very purpose, my wishes are there, and during COVID pandemic, whatever the role played by our Prime Minister, our Finance Ministry, remarkable one, no doubt about it, that we are not affected as much as the other economy of the world affected by the COVID pandemic. So with these words, I can say, under the able leadership of the Prime Ministers and under the able leadership of yourself in the Ministry of Finance, we are also have a part of this policy making or decision making bodies. And the second request is with you is that we have a one commerce house in the Noida, Greater Noida, and we wanted your administrative support for this commerce house also. So with these words, I am thankful to all of you, and I can say if there is any problem, I own my responsibility as the President of the Indian Commerce Association, and if there is anything good, then credit goes to the Conference Secretary, Professor W.K. Sarvade and the Professor Azharuddin sir. So with these words, I can say Jai Maharashtra and Jai Hind.
I invite Professor Gurcharan Singh to declare the result, followed by vote of thanks by Professor Naval Kishore.
Thank you very much for inviting me on the dais for announcing the results which held yesterday. Guests on the dais, guests off the dais, I'll take just few minutes to announce the results. Though the moderator have already announced the result that who is the secretary or who is the vice president, but officially I'm going to announce the results. Yesterday the voting was held from 5:30 to 8. Total 742 votes were polled. For East Zone, Dr. A.K. Singh has been elected with a maximum strength of 110 votes. Dr. Indrajit Prasad Roy is elected with the next best polled votes with 96. From West Zone, Professor Ashok Agarwal is announced as elected for 211 votes. And second member from West Zone is Azharuddin Sayyed. He is elected with 182 votes. From North Zone, Dr. Anurag Agarwal. He is declared as elected with 78 votes. Next best holding votes is by Dr. Rajendra Kumar. He is declared as elected EC member from North Zone with 73 votes. In South Zone, there were only 2 candidates, hence there was a consensus. There was no voting for it. Hence, Dr. Chandrasekhar Sheelwant is declared as elected. Dr. Ravi Akula, he is also declared as elected. Now for Executive Vice President, there were 2 nominations, and out of these 2 nominations, Professor M. Jayappa is declared as elected with 509 votes. Now talking about Joint Secretary, again there were 2 nominations for it. Dr. Nagendra Kumar Jha is declared as elected with 616 votes. Now for Managing Editor cum Treasurer, there were only 1 nomination, hence it was a consensual candidate. Professor D. Chinappa is declared as elected candidate for it. Now for Secretary, there were 2 nominations. One was Kuldeep Shiv Prasad Sharma, another was Dr. Pushpendra Mishra, and out of these 2, Kuldeep Shiv Prasad Sharma is declared as elected for Secretary post with 468 votes. And for venue, what I heard from EC members that there are 3 proposals and I have to give results as per the votes accumulated for them. I'm not giving them who is declared a winner or who is declared runner-up. I'm just giving you the number of votes. University of Delhi, Conference Secretary Professor Ajay Kumar Singh got maximum votes, 3 36 and got rank 1. Second university is Jivaji University, Gwalior. Conference secretary as proposed, Professor K.S. Thakur, got 280 votes, got ranked 2nd. And third nomination for this venue was Guru Ghasi Das Vishwavidyalaya, Bilaspur. The conference secretary was Professor Alok Kumar Chakrawal, and they got only 107 votes, got ranked 3. So this notification I am just handing over to our current secretary in front of you, along with all material.
Thank you, sir.
So before I leave the stage, it is just a matter of gratitude for me. Let me give a big applause and thanks to my Deputy Returning Officer, Dr. Ashish Dave, and my co-colleague who has come far away with me from Patiala, Dr. Ran Singh Dhaliwal. And before I leave, one more thing, because one of my friend, Professor Muhammad Farooq, who happened to be a head of the Department of Management Sciences here, he gave me a lot of support. Big thanks to you. 1, 2, it is just not his department, only his efforts, it was his teachers also, non-teaching staff also, and above all, the students. They need a big commandment for it. Big applause. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Very good afternoon to all of you. Honorable Minister of State, Finance, Government of India, Professor Babasaheb ji, and Chief Guest, Mr. Rishi Vagla ji, then Sri Sitaram Agarwal ji, and all the past presidents, EC member, office bearer, delegates, and researchers, scholars, students. Today it's a matter of great pride as well as great emotion, great sentiment as well, because Aurangabad, historical city, religious city, tourist city, after 3 days of all of us, all the delegates, we are going to separate today. So this vote of thanks is very, very emotional vote of thanks. Sir, Honorable Minister, sir, you have provided 3 broad areas, and that was inclusion, literacy and digitalization. Sir, let me inform on behalf of Indian Commerce Association, all the 3 areas were the part of the technical sessions here. So that means, sir, whatever government of India is thinking, the association is also moving in that direction itself. And sir, your guidance, your support in terms of that building or offices or the mouthpiece of this association will go a great way to make the association a mouthpiece advocates of the commerce, education and industry. Sir, thank you very much for this effort, sir. Probably the sir has to move and we'll continue the vote of thanks because we have to speak about all the people. So I think sir has to move. Yeah. So we'll continue this.
Sir, एक photo. The incumbent, the new president of ICA, Professor W.K. Sarvade, will be felicitated by Bhagwat Karatji. And the new office bearers are requested to come forward. The new office bearers, please.
On behalf of the home, उनके चली सकते हैं.
Thank you very much. Handing over the chair to the office bearers on the stage, I request all the office bearers to please come forward so that the last formality as per the tradition of ICA